we will be starting a new series called Reddit Review. We'll be reviewing the Honkai Star Reddit. I will try to make these videos consistent. And as you could tell, the reason why I'm uploading this video, well, we run out of content, boys. So we need to find something to talk about. Let's get into it. I always want to play a gacha game without re-rolling on any banner ever, at least for the first year. So I'm thinking about re-rolling for Bronya to make my journey a bit easier. Who do you think is the most important character for me to re-roll for? So you want Bronya to make your journey easier. So Bronya, you answered your own question. Bailu probably. Oh yeah, Bailu too.
Shut your
Oh yo, don't do this to Himiko. Wait, what happened? My ears. Okay. Big bang. Oh my god. What a transition. Guys, surely they won't do this to Himiko again, right? Surely the past is not an indication of the future, right? Surely. Honkai Star Rail critique TLDR is pretty good, lol. Uh-oh. Let's see if this is going to be well received. I got into the beta and played through vigorously the main story and heaps of the side quests and other content. I know things will change between beta and actual release, but I figured Bronya will stay the same 100%. I don't think she's getting changed. There might be tweaks to some of the 5-star standard banner characters, like Himiko might receive a tweak. Herta may receive a tweak, although how they are now, they have an actual place in the game. So it's really hard to argue, you know, them receiving any type of change when they have an actual niche that no other character can really necessarily do perfect as much as they can. Anyways, enough rambling. Story is amazing. I really enjoy visiting all different planets and seeing their different cultures and worldviews. Okay, so I don't want to read all this, I'm sorry, but this person really likes the story. But to be honest, the story actually is pretty decent. So I will say this, right? As it stands currently, the reason why I find Genshin Impact's story so much more intriguing is because of the Fatui. Like I find them to be the most interesting aspect to Genshin because there's always this mysterious factor whenever you see the Fatui, or you know in the back of your head, you're like, okay, well, we're gonna encounter these people at some point in the story. I find that to be really enjoyable, me personally. Like Dotsure is one of my favorite characters in Genshin Impact by far. And not having a character like that in this game currently is kind of frustrating. I don't think I'm going to like the story compared to Genshin, but you probably will like the story more if you are a Honkai fan, I guess. The maps are okay coming from Genshin, which is open world. Having a more zone style, the world design is a bit different, but not something I was unused to. Yeah, the zones is kind of like, you can't jump in this game, right? You can't jump. And that kind of deters a lot of players from actually being able to enjoy the game more because you can't jump, you know. And once you reach the end of the zone, well, you can't really progress past that point. You have to turn back around and go to the other end of the zone. That's kind of how the zone instance map function works in this game. It's not open world like Genshin Impact, which brings a lot of flavor to Genshin Impact's world building, lore, and actual gameplay. It really enriches Genshin Impact a lot more. Having this game be zone instance is kind of frustrating. However, I don't think it's horrible because you at least have more. The game feels more polished than a 2D turn-based game, if that makes sense. The lore is so cool. The lore is really deep in this game. There is a lot of lore in everything you do in the game, especially Simulated Universe, which surprised me. I'm not going to really spoil anything, right? I probably wouldn't even show any of this here because it's both kind of spoilish. But the lore it's okay. Like I'm not the type of guy to really comment on stuff like this, right? Because I don't really care about lore in games, unfortunately. The only lore I guess I cared about any game was like Overwatch. But that's like baby boomer lore, right? I wish there were more free characters. I'm not gonna read all of this here because we get enough, like we actually get a lot of free characters. So this is the one time I'm like, I'm not gonna let him cook. Hey, get off the stove. You're not allowed to cook. I love how the Simulated Universe has lore. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The lore aspects attached to Simulated Universe is really nice. Trailblaze level requirements could be lower for the main story quest. Let me play through. Oh yeah, that part is time gated in the game, right? And that is kind of annoying. But it's like that in Genshin, right? As far as I know, the story is time gated, or level gated rather. So a lot of free play players will probably hit that point where they progress too far and they have to wait until they level up again to go back into the story. So yeah, doing your dailies, if you're like a day one player, doing your dailies so you can get to the end game fast is going to be priority. So doing your dailies on the first day will make all the difference. The daily content is pretty easy to do, which creates a new player friendly and casual friendly gameplay loop. Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna lie. The the daily content is fine. Like I don't have an issue with it. I think it's fine because first of all, for me, I have to I'm gonna have to stream this game, right? I have to stream this game. I have to play the game on like two, three accounts. Then I have to make YouTube videos and I have to edit the YouTube videos. I don't have time to play like 3 hours of in-game content in the game, you know? And I do understand like for a lot of streamers, it's frustrating, right? Not being able to do more for the game. But I'm gonna be honest, it's probably better this way anyways, because a game with in-game content, like let's say they add in-game to Genshin ever, which no, this is a very serious hot take. And I kind of was one of the people that wanted in-game in Genshin Impact until I realized how much more annoying the game would be if there was actually in-game content. Because on days you don't feel like playing, you'd be like, damn, I really have to play this shit. Like that would be really frustrating. And you might argue, Toshi, well, that means you just don't like the game, right? Well, I mean, I like Genshin the way it is. I like it more the way it is, right? The fact of the matter is that I can go in, spend like 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes, do everything I want to do in the game, and then log off. If I want to play longer, I can. And I enjoy it like that. There isn't any FOMO when it comes to the in-game content, which I genuinely like. It's very different from a lot of other gacha games out there. Anyways, we've been letting this person cook for long enough. Overall, pretty good review. I liked it a lot. March 7th. Then Sampo, the Trailblazing character. You know, I really like the Sampo's portrait. By the way, I haven't seen this anime. This is Kagura Love is War, whatever. I need to watch it. This character is kind of cute. Hopefully she's not underage. That'd be a bad look. Herda is cute. This is nice art. I like it a lot. Very nice art style. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce. What are the chances of the game coming to the Switch? I know people are going to bring up Genshin and how it can't run, but you have to remember that it's possible they didn't make the same mistake and optimize the game for the Switch, assuming Hoyoverse didn't make an exclusivity deal to keep it on PlayStation. All right, we're going to let the Redditors cook real quick. All right, this is the best comment here. Right here, best comment. Close to zero. Genshin was announced on Switch, rumored to be waiting for the Switch Pro. We're still waiting for Genshin on Switch. Yeah, we're still waiting for Genshin on Switch. Let that sink in. We'll probably never get this game on Honkai Star Rail on the Switch, which it is what it is, right? Ideally, we should be wanting to get this game on Xbox first. Priority after PlayStation. Get this game on Xbox. Also, get Genshin on Xbox too. I know a lot of people that have Xboxes that want to play the game on their Xbox, but they can't because the game isn't on the Xbox. I do understand that there is a kind of deal that Sony has with Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, or Hoyo has with Sony, right? To where they can only have their games on the exclusivity, where they can have their games on the PlayStation, and maybe they can't have it on the Xbox because of that deal, right? I don't know, like if the contract is public or whatever. Also, Wuthering Waves, another game that's coming out. I think that game might actually be on Xbox, like making an Xbox exclusive, like Genshin is for Sony, right? PlayStation. If this sacrifice doesn't make me wife material, I don't know what is. Me missing the Star Rail release to go visit my partner while they probably play the game during my visit. You guys have partners? Anyways, it's going to be the video here. It was very short, but to be honest, I think we spent way too long on some threads. As the first video, I think I really enjoyed this a lot. And we will probably continue this in the future if this is something you all want to see going forward. And of course, if we do continue it going forward, please do leave some of you, like, put some threads into the actual subreddit, and hopefully we'll have yours in the next video, yeah? But anyways, thank you for watching and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.